Man, I need y'all to go ahead and hit that like button, that notification bell, and subscribe, because this video right here is about to be fire.
So today, Aleister and I went to Epic Universe. Thank you so much, Universal Orlando, for hosting us. This is me walking in, and I had to bring the title with me. You know it. So we went to Super Mario Land first. I'm gonna call it Super Mario Land because it looks like Super Mario Land to me, so whatever. Super nostalgic noises going up this escalator. Then when you walk out, you feel like you're stepping into the video game. When I tell you that this was absolutely incredible, like no lies were told. This was awesome. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, but that actually scared the hell out of me. But anyways, they had a lot of merch that you can get. I had to, of course, buy something for my niece because she loves Princess Peach. And I got some other stuff, which I'll show you guys later. But once you go up to the top floor, you get to see everything from above. And just, you really feel like you're in a video game. I had to take in the sights, of course, champ sightings, champ things, anyways. So I bought some stuff for me.
Okay, so Zelina Vega, the new United States champion, the new women's United States champion. She went down there to Florida to the Epic Universe, Super Mario Land or whatever, before the grand opening. The grand opening is actually on May 22nd, and hopefully I be taking my kids down there. But she's happy. Of course, her hubby, Malachi Black, well, in WWE, he's known as Aleister Black. He made it to WWE again. He's back. He came back on the Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania 41. So for them two, the fun had just begun. They're working in the same company or whatever, on the same brand, on the blue brand. So, it was a picture of her kissing him backstage or whatever. So she's really enjoying that. She gets to work with her husband in the same company again, and they've been on Twitch together, like right after he showed up on SmackDown, right after they revealed that he's officially back in the WWE, and they're just, enjoying, be able to have time with each other. You know what I'm saying? They get to spend time with each other, and because life on the road is stressful enough, trying to remember their lines, remember their moves, remember the spots in the matches. You know what I'm saying? And they're married. They've been married for a couple of years, so they got to put that together. They got to have time to be around each other, and it's hard with them working in two different companies and different schedules and different appearances they got to make and different things going on. But of course, they get to finally spend more time with each other, and they've been showing their excitement and love for each other on social media, and they took it to Instagram to show that they were able to go to the soft opening of Disney World. Well, not Disney World, but the Super Mario Land in the Epic Universe, which is opening. The official opening is May 22nd, but somehow they're special enough to go early, and I'm a little jealous because I'm hoping I can make it on May 22nd to take my family. But yeah, it's also been sad that a lot of people got dropped. Like a lot of my favorites got dropped. You got Shayna Baszler, she got dropped from WWE. It might be like a contract thing. Maybe her contract came up and they didn't sign her back. You know what I'm saying? They didn't renew a contract or whatever. My fairy tale wifey, Dakota Kai, she got dropped from her contract, which I seen that coming because the crowd isn't really getting behind her. The same thing with Kaden and Katana. They were loved on NXT, but as far as the main roster on WWE, they were released because the crowd isn't really getting behind them. So I guess WWE feel like, they're not worth renewing their contracts or worth keeping, because if the fans ain't into them on the main roster, then what's the purpose? Kaden and Katana, they did their thing in a major way on the NXT brand of WWE. On the farming territory of WWE, or whatever you want to call it. But when it came to the main roster, the fans were just like crickets in the crowd when they came out. And the same thing for Dakota Kai. I was shocked they didn't get rid of Zoe Starks and Machine or Mia Yim. Because, it's the same thing with Mia Yim. The crowd don't really get behind her, but I guess they got a bigger plan for Mia Yim, or maybe they're going to wait till her contract actually runs out before they let her go. But, I'm a big fan of Machine or Mia Yim too, but the crowd just ain't get behind her like they should do, and, all of those people that they let go recently, they're amazing talents, like, for real, but WWE feel like they ain't worth it if they ain't appealing to the crowd, to the masses. They might appeal to the NXT roster, but it's only for how many years are you going to stay on the NXT roster? Like the thing is to train on NXT, do NXT TV or whatever, get some extra training and then go to the main roster and do your thing, but if the crowd don't get behind you or if they don't have any ideas for you, if the powers to be don't have many ideas for you, then there's nothing they can really do with you, so they gonna save money by letting them go. And they also, WWE also acquired AAA, a famous wrestling company down in Mexico. And so they got a budget, they gotta manage the budget. They're like, okay, we're gonna cut some of these costs off, so we're gonna let go of some of these people that ain't really making any noise on the main roster. And the way that they saw fit was to let go of a few people. They let go of a few other people too. It's about like 5 or 6 people they let go, I believe. They got released, but the main ones, Shayna Baszler, she was kind of shocking. It's kind of shocking to hear Shayna Baszler got released from WWE, but she's a beast. She's a real life beast. She can really fight. She's an MMA fighter. She knows all kind of martial arts. She got all kind of skills. Like, she's a legit fighter. So, she'll probably go back and go somewhere and do some martial arts, or maybe join another wrestling company. And WWE also they still have that 90-day no wrestle clause after you leave WWE, because they don't want anybody showing up immediately on another company, which I think is kind of bullshit if they're not paying these wrestlers, while they're gone, after they got released. Like, let these wrestlers go work and make some money. Like, you don't have to, like, stop them from wrestling and making money after you let them go, like, for 90 days or 3 months. I'm pretty sure, these wrestlers, they're not probably too bitter. They're probably find ways to enjoy their time off and make money on social media or other little things they can do, like pop-ups and fucking comic cons and all kind of shit they can do, but they can't wrestle. But I just think it's messed up. I feel like, there was a Vince McMahon thing, like, yeah, he don't want them showing up in no other companies, but I don't see Triple H and Rocky Maivia and whatever that company that owns UFC and WWE. I don't see them holding, like, people from wrestling when they get released for 90 days. I feel like that 90-day contract, no wrestle clause thing after they release from the contract, I feel like that's gonna be done with soon. I feel like they'll realize, they don't want to hold wrestlers back. I feel like there was a Vince McMahon thing, and he had an old school way of running business, but I feel like the new guys, I think it's TKO. That's what it is. I don't think TKO keep that kind of thing going on for too much longer. I feel like eventually wrestlers will be released and they'll be free to go wrestle wherever they want to be. But I'm finna go. Peace. Man, what's going on, wrestling fans? I have to take the time out to thank each and every one of you for helping my channel, Top Wrestling Threshold, become one of the fastest growing wrestling brands in the entertainment industry. I'm talking about, thanks to y'all, my channel has already surpassed a whopping 10,000 subscribers. So I gotta shout out all of you feel me? And also go ahead and help support my merch. You can get you a hat, a hoodie, a beanie, some pants, or a shirt. You feel me? You got jackets, talking about many kind of styles, shapes and sizes, varieties for the girls and the guys. Talking about something for the summertime and something for the winters when it's cold outside, you feel me? But go ahead and holler at me. Get you a Make Wrestling Great Again shirt, or you can tap in for the merch and get you a Live Wrestling is Dope. You feel me? Go ahead and hit the link down in the description and get it.
Top Wrestling Threshold.